You guys, we only have a few days left for you to get this very limited Valentine's Day design. If you really want a shirt, now's your time to get it before the big day. Or a mug.
Or a hoodie. Or a crew neck.
Or so many other things in so many different colors. If you haven't checked it out already, you really should go there to teespring.com/stores/bigmood because this Friday is the last day that you can snag one. And then this design is going away forever.
We're never bringing it back ever again.
And it's so cute.
It is super cute. This
if you want it, you should really get it. Treat yourself.
Yeah.
Link in the description. Hello, welcome back to Big Mood. We missed you. Did you miss us?
Hi. I missed us.
How's it going? Let us know. We need compliments, okay? Some of us are words of affirmations people.
I get really insecure when I don't get compliments, okay?
Yeah, Gina needs them, okay?
I need them. All right. Yeah. Holy shit.
Talk about our calves, please.
I like to be roasted. Can you roast me?
Yeah. Our thighs got a lot of action, but now our calves need some attention.
Oh, yeah.
I just need to know that I have a great personality.
Yeah.
I just realized like the top comment on there was something about like me not wearing
not joining the thigh party.
You
didn't get the memo.
That was from our very first episode.
Dude, I'm a pants girl. I don't want my vagina all out and shit.
Would you say you're insecure about that?
About what?
About thighs?
My thighs?
Yeah.
I have great legs.
Okay, awesome. Because we're talking about our insecurities this episode.
I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, man.
That was one.
I was like, those get with the fucking program.
Like, come on, Mose, you got it.
She's like, why are y'all attacking me out of nowhere?
I was like, excuse me?
You want to go? My legs are great. Fuck you. And fuck your mom.
Excuse me? Yeah, fuck your mom. I'm actually so excited to talk about this.
Yeah.
We had we have little business meetings because we're business women. Oh
God, yeah.
I love that.
We wear high heels just to clack them in and then we take them off.
we wear pajamas and high heels. That's it. We were like, oh, what should we talk about on this week's episode? And somebody was like, insecurities. And I was like, yeah. I have so many.
I'm so insecure.
I think it's also
Cannot relate, to be honest.
Just kidding.
Get her out.
I can hear what Gina said.
We have heard some from you.
I do have some. Yeah.
But you don't show like that you have them much, so I feel like this is going to be nice and raw.
Yeah, right?
Raw.
Like, what? She's human?
Get ready to peel us.
Like an onion?
Like an onion, yeah. Or like
At least said pee less. Or I was like, what?
Get ready to peel
Get ready to drink less water and be
insecurity of mine.
dehydrated. Oh, that's the key to being not insecure.
Yeah, just be dehydrated.
all the time. Me and Steve, we got this figured out, you guys. That's a secret.
Let's start with ones we fixed so far.
I have one. I mean, like a physical appearance one.
Oh, nice.
It was my ears.
Oh,
yeah.
You don't even give a fuck now. You tuck that shit all the way back all the time now.
Yep, all the way. No.
What's wrong? Let me see him.
I mean, I honestly don't.
Do you ever God?
That was the same reaction JK gave me.
She can hear into the future with that shit.
She can hear colors.
I mean, I put my hair up and stuff. Like,
what's wrong with your ears?
Okay, so when I was younger, oh my God, it's so funny. But when I was 11 years old, I remember being in middle school, and it was after school, and then this kid was like running by, which I knew, like, we were acquaintances or whatever. He wasn't a stranger. So he ends up running by and he goes, ha ha, you have big ears. And then he just ran away. And I was just like, what? I have big ears? Oh my God, I never knew this about myself. And it was just like, just even having my ear. So I used to like to have like super, super straight hair. And then like they would kind of stick out a little bit, like through the hair like this. And I would remember, like, that was the biggest. I would do this a lot, like just covering my ears with my hair frequently. And I just felt like I had the biggest, most gigantic Dumbo elf ears in the world. And it was one of my biggest insecurities. And I remember early JK party days, sometimes we would have to get messy and stuff. And like all the other girls would put their hair up in a ponytail and stuff. And I'd be like, guys, can we just not, like, can I not do that? Like, I'm really insecure about my ears. And so I ended up telling them.
At her? Because I'm waiting for the day that you say you got surgery on your ears. And I'm like, oh, so they used to look different. And I'm like, what's the problem? And then I'm having this crisis in my head. Like, am I allowed to laugh at somebody's insecurity?
Honestly, it's not anymore.
So
it's not an insecurity anymore.
Let's go to
But the reason why I got over it, though, is because JK, like, they did like make me realize it was the most ridiculous thing to be insecure about, because they aren't gigantic Dumbo ears the way I envisioned. Like I saw them, like my perspective on myself, and it was all because of that one super like drive-by comment.
I hope that kid's parents started hating him. Never loved him. I hope so.
They probably got divorced.
Yeah, probably.
Statistically.
Dude, parents
Poor Travis.
No,
yeah, Travis, you piece of shit.
I have absolutely no idea what my ears look like.
Do you know if your lobes are attached or not?
I have no idea.
I have attached ones.
Oh, do you?
Ew.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Oh my God. I'm kidding. Who are you, Travis?
I know Travis.
I was wanting to get Gina in insecurity because she said she doesn't have any.
True.
My stepmom a long time ago, she used to say like you can either have pretty feet or a pretty face. So it's like
What?
I feel like I have nice ears, but then there's some other things that I hate about me. So it's like you're so worried about that, where I'm like, I have fucking pointy elbows, guys.
What?
My elbows are so annoyingly pointy.
You know what this is like? Do you guys
They're
remember?
so pointy.
Do you remember in Mean Girls?
round ass doughy elbows?
No, I told you what.
Do you guys
sharp
Mine
elbows.
then.
You guys
Mine are
remember
pretty
Testicles?
Dude, mine
in,
are pointy as hell. And if you think yours are pointy,
This is like in Mean Girls when all the girls are like, I'm so fat, and she goes, I have really bad breath in the morning.
I thought that this was about to be so deep. And
Oh no,
like,
we'll
I
get
have-
deep.
No,
We'll get
yeah,
deep.
like,
Okay,
we're
okay,
starting
because-
superficial.
Okay, because I'm like, we're about. This is stupid.
I just didn't want to cry in the first 15 minutes.
Oh my
okay?
God. Oh,
Give
we're
me a
getting there?
break.
Okay, we're gonna go there.
Are we
All right.
gonna get? Okay.
Oh shit! All right.
Super. Okay. Do you want to talk about your elbows?
Sharp
Can I just
motherfuckers.
list everything that I hate about myself so all the haters know what to like point out when they talk shit
man.
to me? I'm just
Dude.
gonna list everything that I
you
hate
know what?
about
That
myself.
might help, because that's what JK did to me. They bullied me out of my
Yeah.
I think it would be a
insecurities.
shorter list
sometimes
if you just said the things you liked about yourself.
Oh yeah.
And then everyone knows that all the rest
Yeah.
is on the table.
A little bit of bullying builds thick skin. It's good for your character.
It does. Yeah, being humble. So I have to go through things I hate. I can't even start thinking about things I
You
like.
can start with the
Wow.
worst.
Wow.
Wait, calm down. I don't want you to poke my ass out with those.
Wait.
elbows.
I don't know what it is, but
Keep those knives away. I mean,
my elbows are
Christ.
so bad. My nose is pointy too. I feel like I have a lot of pointy, like sharp pointiness.
Wow.
It's
Yeah,
like
I would literally never think any of this about you.
my nostrils make my nose look so pointy, and like
People
I hate
pay
that.
for that.
Yeah, they
Exactly.
do.
No,
Yeah.
not
For
like
that.
this. I kind of wish I could do like a reverse nose job to like.
When you do it,
Expand it.
Too close.
Right?
I'll hold it for you here.
I feel like
Oh, you want a Filipino nose?
Oh my God! No!
It's too pointy.
No, it's
You
not
got the
too
nose.
pointy.
You got the nose that people pay for. Dude.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
No, these
high cheekbones.
yeah,
like these
yeah.
European.
sharp nostrils.
No, Jess,
are
honey,
not
your
it.
nose is your
boy.
nose is naturally post-op.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think so. I mean, okay, whatever.
Listen and soak it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
Fuck you and fuck your mom.
Yeah.
High forehead, like knobby knees.
All right,
What's a
Gina.
knobby knee?
Gina, what's yours? I
Boy,
don't
this
want
is
to
a
sit here
list.
and listen to Miss Perfect talk about.
Insecure about my beautiful blue eyes.
I know, right?
It's
Too
like
blue.
piercing.
What are they, a swimming pool? I hate them.
Jess really looks like we're bullying her right now.
She said to roast her, she said.
She's like, I wanted sky blue, but I got like a swimming pool, like Bahamas water blue.
Like, lose yourself in my eyes,
Bora
blue.
Bora blue.
Yeah, not Bahamas.
I got
Rose.
into your whole fucking wallet, blue.
I have really thick arms. I'm fat in the arms.
Oh, that's my current
so
insecurity.
strong.
That's my current insecurity right now
We both
too.
got fat. I got things that I don't
Let's
like
rename
too.
this episode bullying each other.
Jess. We bully each other for an hour straight.
until we get over it.
Until we get over our insecurities.
Bullying each other until we get over our insecurities.
I just sobbing at the end. Like,
I'm beautiful.
All right, Jess, your time is over. Let's fucking get Gina.
Wow.
Let's see.
Aggressive.
I am very insecure about my naturally big hips and my tiny waist. And I'm just kidding.
Do you remember when it wasn't a good thing to have a big butt or big hips? Do you remember that in the 90s?
No, it was always cool
I'm too
to have
young
a big
for that.
butt.
I didn't even
True.
realize.
Just
I'm actually okay with my hips. I didn't even realize they were big until like I went to a doctor. He's like, "Wow, you got like the hips that people pay for."
childbearing.
Yeah. Like, I was like, "Nah, no. Mine would have to be my super chubby cheeks. I have like big chubby cheeks, which is weird because like every guy I've dated, when I say like I kind of want to get surgery and like reduce them, they're like, no, those are my favorite parts.
Yes.
Of you. And like they grab me and they squeeze.
Oh,
yeah,
Sure, that helps a lot.
yeah, right. Like so that, and then I have
Gina, My nickname in high school was Chipmunk because I had such chubby cheeks that's what they called me, was Chipmunk in my PE class. They'd be like, "Is Chipmunk here?" And I'm like, I'm gonna lose it one day.
I thought you meant go off on them, like you were gonna lose your shit.
No, never.
Like, don't you
I'm very
call her chubby
docile. I'm
cheeks
actually
one
very
more time.
docile. I don't like to fight.
Kill everybody in this room.
I don't have sharp enough elbows for that.
elbowing your way through.
You guys have bullied me into submission. I'm gonna be.
No, but like if we ever get to a concert, we want to go to the front of the stage, just in the front.
Yeah. I'm like, what? You know,
Hey,
fighters sharpen their elbows.
Yeah, Jess, it sucks being so
You
hot.
can cut someone with elbows. You can cut like.
Wait, how do you sharpen your elbows?
They literally like sharpen it like
They don't
knives.
sharpen them; they strengthen them.
Like-
so
like
it's
in
like
Muay
when
Thai.
it's like when you hit your
Oh,
shin
like
with
that?
the stick, and then the calcium builds up.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I just heard about that.
So, God, I have a really round face. I wish I had like a more like straight, or I mean like a V-shaped jaw, like how they do in Korea. Because like it's just all of this is just round. Like if you feel my head, it's like perfectly spherical. Like all my like exes would always be like, "Man, you got a round head," and they would like palm my head. I've gotten like every name from like basketball head to bowling ball, and they love it. Like I'm in the like we'll be standing.
and then
It's perfectly round all around.
So when you lay down like on a
little
flat
flat. It's a
surface,
little bit flat.
you'll end up like rolling off to one side or the other side.
I can't stabilize.
Dude, when we create our bobblehead merch, you'll be the most accurate.
Yeah.
When we
like,
were
this
in-
bitch is fucking easy to shape.
Gina and I have roomed together like a few times, and like before she goes to bed, she sets up this kind of like U-shaped thing, and I'm like, "Gina, what is that for?" And she's like, "Oh, it's so my head doesn't roll off the bed."
Are you serious?
Just kidding.
I blinked you.
And my head is big. So, like it gets fucking tiring carrying the shit around, man.
Oh my
Like,
God.
my neck's so sore. So like it's just like really round, and then like I just want like a more like angular chin, like jaw. And if you guys haven't noticed, my chin here doesn't protrude as much.
Me too. That's my
Yeah.
current one too.
Yeah, so
That's
I
why
want
you
it
guys
to
were in that
protrude more.
into that mewing stuff.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the
that was
mewing
you.
thing.
I didn't know anything about that, but I
Well,
remember that though.
Well, I told Tiff about it.
Yeah,
Oh.
she told me
Because
about
I
it.
found it fascinating online. I was
Yeah.
like, wow, that's actually
Like tongue
backed up by
posture.
science. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So if I were to get plastic surgery now, it would be like to remove some fat here and just to like angle my jaw into
what's
like, a
that
pretty
thing
V
called?
shape.
It's called
It's a
a
V-line surgery.
Oh,
buckle fat.
buckle fat, yeah.
So there's that. What else?
Is there anything that you've gotten over that you were insecure about before?
I can't say that this is like crippling, you know? It's just like, oh, it's me. I mean, like, it's cool,
There's just
whatever.
things you want to change.
Yeah, if I can change it, awesome. If not, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So amazing, because I was telling you how when I was going through our photos for the photo shoot, because I was editing them, I was like, Gina's literally doesn't need to be like,
Yeah.
like every pose, like I was trying to heart the poses where everyone's not blurry, they're looking the right direction, they look comfortable, they look confident, and I had to heart like every single Gina when I was like, this bitch.
and then she still wants to re-edit her own photo.
I know. Jeez.
It's just years of practice and, like, you know,
Yeah.
modeling and stuff like
Well,
that.
I would never know that you thought these things about yourself
Yeah.
because,
Aw.
like, you just look gorgeous in every picture.
Thank
Besides
you.
your face, what do you have anything weird about your body?
Besides this mess up here.
I know,
like-
just
yeah.
fucking
Besides this
thing.
horrible fucking face, I don't know how anyone looks at it.
just skin mashed
too
together.
round.
So
round. I can't look.
Proud. I would say, let's see. So my hips are really big. I wish my waist was a little bit smaller, but honestly, I think it's from like years of seeing girls on Instagram. You know,
Well,
so I'm
they're
like,
all photoshopping.
Exactly.
And being in the modeling world too, I can see that.
Yeah.
I mean, so either you're like you have bulimia or you're photoshopping, and then like you're
Yeah.
just kind of constantly surrounded by that. So just having like a regular waist that's kind of like a little bit square
yeah.
is
You
like
were also, you grew up in
crazy.
LA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, kind of Bay Area, and then I moved to LA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and it's hard working in an industry where it's just beauty, you know, like everything is all beauty. Let's see. I have really thin hair. So if I like flip
Girl,
my
me
hair
too.
over, like it looks like I'm balding here, but I'm not. It's just really thin hair, like over here. There's that, and then but it's like all this stuff is like for me, when it comes to my insecurities, I embrace them, and when I can joke about it and laugh about it, it takes the power away from people trying to make fun of me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
You
like
8 Mile that shit.
Yeah, like Gina's just like, oh Gina, your face is so round. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah,
Nikki,
it is. A whole
only
ass
you
basketball.
know exactly what reference you're talking about. She's thinking about like probably some specific scene where Eminem is like
She knows
taking
the line.
somebody
It's like
makes
the
fun.
climax of the movie.
I knew that it had something to do with Eminem, but I kind of just stopped there. And Nikki's like thinking of like
Everybody
specific
knows.
lines that Marshall Mathers said.
Mom spaghetti, come on.
Do you ever stop thinking about Eminem? Or
No, never.
I was thinking about Marshall for a second.
But yeah, so that's what I do with like, yeah, like it's not crippling, but I also make fun of it too, so people can't make fun of it. Like I'll see comments like, Gina, your face is so fucking big. I'm like, tell me something new, bitch. I've had this for 30 years. Try something new, you know? How about you, Buzz?
Oh shit! I have my absolute.
we're doing physical, so don't get deep on me.
Oh, okay. Don't cry.
Do whatever you want.
Don't cry
I'm
yet.
just
Don't
kidding.
cry yet.
My like literal number one insecurity, mental or physical, is like my acne scars. I had terrible acne for many years, and for anyone out there, if you cannot shake your acne, this is crazy. When I was a kid, I figured out that soda made my acne worse, and as an adult, it took me 15 years to realize that it was sugar that was triggering my acne. Whether it was fruits or
Dairy.
even fruits. There's a couple of things. I went to a dermatologist in LA, and she told me, okay, you need to cut out sugar, coffee, dairy, and red meat.
Coffee.
Yeah. All of those things. And she said, to detox your body, and then we'll slowly introduce what is causing it. So for the longest time, I had terrible cystic acne, and I couldn't like pop them. And my old dermatologist in Virginia was like, you need to stop popping these. And I was like, I'm not popping these. I can't. And so when I got here, the dermatologist told me that the cystic acne was so deep that it was destroying the cells underneath my skin there wasn't any way for me to really treat it. It was my diet. It was like an internal cystic acne.
It's hormonal, right?
Yeah, it's
From the
hormonal,
food,
but
though.
it was activated by certain foods. And so I remember going to a dermatologist, and they told me stop picking at it, and I like cried because I was like, I'm not. And so it took me many years to come out here and finally clear it up. Your boy is like crystal
Your skin
clear.
is perfect now. How did you do that?
It's clear. It was sugar. I completely have cut sugar out of my diet. Sometimes I'll have a little snack, a little treat. But it's like it builds up over the years, and it would constantly cause like these acne flare-ups. And you know what? I wish I had somebody to talk to about it.
Oh, well, you know what you should try?
Insecurities really affect you mentally, right, Jess?
Yeah, they do.
do.
And sometimes they can be so crippling. It's like you can't even leave the house.
Well, if you don't want to leave the house, but you still want to talk to someone, you can get some help with Talkspace. I actually downloaded Talkspace not that long ago because I was realizing that when I first got out of my relationship, I was like, yes, I am free, blah, blah, blah. Like I was on top of the world. And then, a couple months go by and I'm like, okay, wait, but I'm kind of alone. I'm feeling lonely now, but like I don't want to constantly be texting you guys like every negative thing that comes into my head because I want us to have a good friendship. I don't want to overload you guys with everything that's bothering me. So I downloaded Talkspace. It was super easy to do it. I actually did not like the first therapist that I got with, but they let you switch like as many times as you want.
One of 5,000 therapists.
There's so many
based on your preferences.
So you get like you first it comes up. There's like 3 or 4 of them that'll pop up. You can read their credentials or whatever, and then you can like swipe through them and see which one you want. You pick one and you just start talking to them and see how it goes. So that's what I did, and I'm still talking to this guy. He actually uses audio messages a lot, and I love that because it feels a little bit more personable than just the texting part. But so I'm still doing that, and we'll see how that goes. I'm enjoying using Talkspace. So if anyone feels like they want to try it,
you can message your therapist through text, audio, pictures, video. You can literally send them a photo of you crying and just be like, help.
You can even set up calls, like FaceTime calls,
you can get
or actually
calls
like
too.
phone calls too. So they do that, and it's like a 30-minute session.
And
You
I
can
love how
talk.
you don't have to wait to your weekly appointment.
Yeah.
Like that was one thing. I was like saving that. Like, what did that feel like when I was actually going through an anxiety attack? And like by the time I get to the appointment, I'm not feeling that way anymore.
Exactly. And therapists like that, it's like what, $200 an hour?
Yeah.
For one session an hour?
Dude, mine was $250. It was too
Right?
much.
yeah,
But with Talkspace,
it's really affordable.
hella affordable.
So-
Very
dude.
flexible with scheduling as
Okay,
well.
guys, start 2020 off strong with Talkspace. It's the support you need to help achieve your goals at a price you can afford. And you can get $100 off your first month when you use code MOOD, when you sign up. Don't wait for another year to go by. No matter what 2019 was like, set yourself up for success in 2020. Match with your perfect therapist today at Talkspace.com or download the mobile app. Don't forget to use code MOOD for $100 off your first month. That's Talkspace.com. Promo code MOOD.
Mood. Yeah. Mood. You can message them anytime.
And you know what makes me feel good?
Saving money. That's right. Raise your hand, America, if you're broke.
Well,
actually,
not me.
And you know what? I take it back. I'm not broke. I'm poor.
Raise your hand if you like to save money.
Yeah, I do.
As like, I don't care how rich I get. I'm still gonna want to save money.
Yeah, it feels so good to like see $100 or something off of the price tag.
It does.
You're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, like because when you put in your honey code, it shows up as that little red. It's like red text, and it's like minus $100.19. And I'm like, go off, honey.
What is this? What is this honey that saves you money?
Oh, honey.
It's a browser extension you can install on your browser. And when you are at checkout on your favorite online retailer, it automatically inserts all the coupons that could possibly work for your purchase.
That's right. Target, Best Buy, Sephora, Etsy,
Amazon.
Oh, yeah. Anything. And I also love that if it's a website that accepts 2 promo codes, it will find the best 2 codes and put them on. You get free shipping and 20% off.
So I recently used honey, and it was to book my solo trip, my Bora Bora trip, and I saved some nice moolah. I was very, very happy, and I constantly use this. Every time I'm online shopping, I'm always checking my honey because you have to like sometimes activate it or deactivate it. Well, sometimes I'll deactivate it, but I'll activate it when I am shopping, and when I do that, I see all these codes pop up, and then it just takes a few seconds for them to run through all the codes that they have, and then you'll find the one that actually works, and you end up saving a lot of money. I love it.
Save some money, honey.
Honey is found. It's 18 million users, over $2 billion in savings. It's just a click of the button. Stop being like me and searching Macy's promo codes. Just click the button on your extension and let Honey do all of the work for you. Not using Honey is literally passing free money, because sometimes you forget. You just be ordering real fast, you know? Just hit the button. Just hit the button.
Or if I'm ordering from my phone, like, because it's an extension, like sometimes I forget, like, oh, I need to go back.
You get back on your computer to order it with Honey.
They have an app too.
They do?
The Honey app.
Oh my God!
You guys should get it.
It's free to use, and it installs in just 2 clicks. So get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/mood. That's joinhoney.com/mood.
Save some money.
Mood. I keep saying mood. Yeah, but okay, so yeah, I kind of was like saying all that for anyone that kind of has gone through what I did with my like acne struggles, where I literally went to a professional and they accused me of doing something I was not doing, and it really like bummed me out because I was like, there is literally no help for me. But with some time, I completely cleared up my acne, and unfortunately, I'm left with the scars of my acne. And it was such a, oh my God, It is by far my biggest insecurity, because like some of you guys, I don't even know if some of you guys knows, I won't do my makeup in certain lighting. I won't look, I really avoid looking in the mirror.
Wait, you won't do your makeup in certain, what does that mean?
I won't, like certain lighting, if the lighting is coming straight down on me, I will not do my makeup in that.
Overhead is terrible on everyone.
Wait, so you won't apply makeup?
I will not apply makeup because I can't look at myself, because then I get down on myself.
Oh, wow.
Like significantly. And so like when I was at Smosh, we would batch shoot episodes, 4 episodes across. There was a time where I said to you on a JK News shoot, I was like, Tiff, I just did something I've never done before, which was apply my makeup mid-shoot. I will only apply my makeup in certain mirrors, because when I see it, sometimes I would get really down. And I just was like, okay, well, I can't handle it, so I just will like avoid it and shield myself from it. And I still struggle with it, but I've more so dealt with it for one of 2 reasons. One of which being I am a lot more financially well off now, and I am getting to a place where I can confidently go get the surgery that I need for it. And so
surgery?
Yeah.
What kind of surgery
it
is
takes
that?
a while. I never qualified for laser resurfacing.
Your skin's too dark, right?
Yeah, because it will cause hyperpigmentation on my skin. And I've gotten injections before. They didn't do much for it. But this procedure is microneedling. It takes about a year.
Ooh, I've had that.
Yeah, it basically it damages the skin.
You
So
could do that at
Yeah, I was
home.
gonna ask if you ever tried derma rolling.
I actually have
I-
a kit that I've never opened. You
I
can have.
haven't. I mean, I just want to get it done professionally.
Yeah, it's the
Yes.
best thing.
It's about $600 per session, and I'm just your boy's just getting to a spot where like I can do things like that. So I think what helps me a lot is remembering I'm gonna take care of this soon, and I'm a big proponent of like whatever your insecurity is, if you can fix it, even if it's surgery, like go get it done. There's nothing wrong with making yourself feel okay, especially because we are in a time in society where the tools are available to do that. But I guess what keeps me hanging on is knowing eventually it's going to get fixed. And then two, I started to realize it's not that bad. Like, people are not constantly attacking me for it. Like, I've always been insecure. Like, if somebody sees me in person, they'll be like, oh, Bose's face is fucked up. But
I literally never thought that too. And the fact, I feel like you put so much
Yeah.
emphasis on it yourself too, to where I do notice it. But then like when you never talk about it, I literally never thought that because you don't have
Yeah.
active acne. So I don't even
Yeah.
think
yeah,
about it.
I just like, I don't know.
It's just a ghost of like whatever that was is still like on you, I think. So you think about it.
And I just remember like when I came out for my audition with Smosh, I was like so like ashamed because I was like, oh, they don't like me because I can't be on camera. I remember calling my mom and telling her, yeah, I'm here and everyone's really nice, but I know I didn't get it because they found out what I actually look like. Like that's literally what I told her.
Jesus.
Wow.
And it was so bad that 2 years ago, this is where y'all gonna laugh, I told my mom that I really wanted surgery to fix it. And so I wanted to file for disfigurement.
What?
Yeah, like that's literally like how I like see myself. That is my number one insecurity. But I know that A, I'll kind of get it fixed, and then B, when I was at Smosh, they God, this really sucked. It was actually a problem for me. So once I finally got in, they did series where it was gaming and we had a webcam right up on us. I did not like that. It was bright lighting, it wasn't always flattering, and the camera was right on us. And so when we would do edits of the videos, and it was when my acne was active and the scarring was really bad and I didn't know the right makeup for me. And so I was like, I would cry because I knew that was going to be posted online to a channel with 7 million subscribers. And so occasionally I would ask them to cut out those frames. And then it got to be, Bose, you cannot have us trash half of the video because you didn't like how you look. And also I wouldn't touch up in between shoots. So by the end of the day, my makeup was completely off.
Yeah.
Here's a camera right on me and I couldn't do anything about it. And so I just accepted it.
Wait, but I have a question. So, in that moment when you were calling your mom about, like, after you had your interview with Smosh and you thought you didn't get it, how did you feel the moment you actually did get it? Did that kind of like invalidate that initial thought?
No, because it's interesting because like I try to be like very introspective. I know for a fact because I remember where I was standing when I made that call with my mom that I was protecting I didn't know for a fact whether I got it or not, but I was protecting myself from the failure of what I
Right,
thought
yeah.
would be to come. And so when I did get it, like I was very happy, but I think it's almost like I was trying to give myself a reason why I wouldn't have gotten it. And I was like, it's easy to blame my skin, you know? It's really easy to. So yeah, that's my number one. But that's it, y'all. So I'll dig real deep and figure out.
I can't wait to see these microneedling
Oh,
and stuff. It's gonna be dope.
Dude, wait, and there was one other one too. Sorry, that's a really deep one. But the other one too is I kind of hated my gummy smile for a minute. Like if I laugh, it's like it's a lot. I felt like it was my mouth, and so I wanted to get. You can get injections for a gummy
Botox.
smile. But
You don't even have a gummy smile though. Like you have a lot of teeth.
Well, now that I haven't like.
You should really be insecure about your
You
teeth,
have a
not your
lot of
gums.
teeth.
Dude, you're focusing on the wrong thing.
Your gums are not noticeable.
She literally cannot because I posted a picture of her and my dentist commented she got great teeth.
Oh my God.
And
There we
it's like,
go.
and me and my dentist,
Dr. Danny.
Danny, yeah.
Yeah.
So me and my dentist are cool. So I sent him a picture of both. I'm like, dude, look at these chompers. And then he's like, dude, they're beautiful. I'm like, I know, right?
I like them now, and also I've had retainers, like clear aligners, for about 6 months. So it's kind of also pushed it back a little bit, but it was a little more bad before. And at one point I wanted to get gummy smile injections and I didn't because I realized that this thing that I didn't like about myself it would topple over a thing that people liked about me, which was I have a very authentic smile and laugh.
Yeah.
And I know that people like that. And so I'm like, well, I hate this, but if I get Botox here, it will completely destroy that thing that makes me more natural and more appealing. So I didn't do it. And then eventually I just got the fuck over it.
Nice.
I relate a lot to the acne thing when you were talking about going to the doctor and they were accusing you of something that you weren't doing, because my biggest insecurity within the past few years, like I have another big childhood one, but the one of the past few years is I didn't know why I got so bloated. I did a whole video on SIBO and stuff last year, but because I finally figured it out. But for years, I'd say since 2015 was the last time that I felt okay in my own skin, because I just started experiencing rapid weight gain, fatigue, bloating constantly, where comments were, and because we're on camera all the time, again, like with Smosh, and on being on JK and all that stuff, on my own channel, I can hide it, but on other people's channels, I can't. And there were just like, she looks pregnant. Why isn't she sucking her gut? Like all this stuff. And it was so like depressing and frustrating, because so many people offer you unsolicited advice like, oh, you need to be working out more, you need to be eating this way, you need to be eating less calories. And I was fucking running 3 miles a day. I was doing so much cardio, I was doing so much strength training, I was doing hydrating, drinking so much of my body weight in water. Everything that I thought I researched could possibly get rid of bloat was not helping at all. I was eating less than 1,200 calories, I was eating clean whole foods, I was just doing the most I could do, and still rapid weight gain. I got to the heaviest I've ever been in my life last year, including when I was overweight in high school. Weirdly, like my clothes still fit because it was just my gut. And people were like, oh, it's age, it's this, it's that, or it's diet, and they always everyone's an expert when it's not you. And I was like, man, you just don't know like how much I've like done the thing that you're telling me to do. And I finally last year was like, I need to fix this. There's something wrong. And I'm kind of a hypochondriac with like, it could be this worst thing ever. But I was reading a lot about gut health, and I thought I might have candida because that's a thing that's out there a lot, and it was matching a lot of the symptoms I had. So I went in to get tested for candida. It wasn't candida, but it was something called SIBO, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. And I've talked a lot about it. You can, watch those videos. I've even talked about it on this podcast before. But just finding the diagnosis was such a relief, because I had run the gamut on what it could possibly fucking be. I was like, is it my blood? Is it a vitamin deficiency? Is it this? Is it that? And it affected every aspect of my life, because at 3 p.m. I didn't even have energy to keep going. I had to go to sleep. But like, I couldn't stay up and edit my videos. It was just ruining my life. And then finding out that it was gut health combined with, so I ended up taking antibiotics years ago, and then eating a bunch of sugar or a high carb diet, and it inflated the amount of bad bacteria in my gut. It took over my good bacteria, and it was causing all that bloating. And then the stress of me trying to get rid of the bloating caused all the weight gain. And so then that was causing fatigue and interfering with my digestive system and all of that, and making me very sluggish and just not myself, and moody. I was fucking moody all the time. I was like, felt like I was PMSing constantly. It was enraging all of my hormones, all kinds of shit. Like, I just didn't even know. I couldn't even remember my old self, because this thing just became my new personality and my new
Bacteria
life.
took over your mental health.
Yeah, it really is like a second brain in there.
Yeah.
It affects everything. I was so much more depressed, high anxiety, and I already had those things, but it just like inflated it times a million. And so working on that, finally finding the problem, and that was expensive because my health insurance is terrible. I was thankfully in a place to be able to finally find out what it was. And then going to a dietitian, a nutritionist that specialized in gut health, and taking all the steps necessary. I had to go on this crazy low FODMAPs diet that was an elimination diet too, where basically I couldn't eat anything. And then I had to slowly reintroduce
Nikki
different
was
food
eating
groups.
dry ass lettuce
Like
and
kale
and grapefruit
and pepper.
Because it wasn't just no dairy, no meat. I was already not eating dairy, not eating meat, but it was also like you can't have onions or garlic or mushrooms or like so many things that were
you are
healthy.
Dedicated. If that was me, then I would just be bloated
You would just
forever.
be
It just got
Forever
to that
same, girl.
point. Well, okay, so I was ready to accept that. I'm like, this is just me. I'm doing comedy, whatever. Fuck my looks. I don't give a shit. But then when I read about the serious side effects health-wise, where not only was I being fatigued all throughout the day and moody and not able to express myself the way I wanted to in the entertainment industry, but also it could get into other organs, and it can fuck up your kidneys. It could fuck up. It could cause gout and leaky gut syndrome, IBS. It starts causing other more long-term effects that you can't just easily get rid of. So that scared me into like doing that, and that was my why throughout the whole time I was like eating that fucking crazy diet that I'm normally so against that extreme of dieting because I had a bad relationship with food and when I was in high school, and it was like a long road of getting healthy with that. So I don't like extreme dieting, but I had to because I literally felt like my health was in jeopardy, and the fact that I want to have kids soon, I wanted my body to be an okay home for a baby to grow in. My baby, I want my baby to have a nice home. I interior designed this home to be nice
crotch.
now.
I said
Crotch goblin.
My crotch goblin. Yeah. But I did lose 20 pounds last year.
Nice.
I'm at like a healthy weight now, a healthy BMI. I feel good. I have energy. I used to not be able to make it past 9 p.m. and now I can edit and do all my things, have my sex life back and all of that stuff. My one in childhood was I was pigeon-toed throughout my whole life, and
You were pigeon-toed, man.
I still am.
Japanese
Oh my God,
people
so
would
cute.
love the fuck out of you.
well, now I see models doing that
Yeah.
pose. I got made fun of like crazy. You know that drive-by kid
Yeah.
that made. I walked past a group of people that were making fun of the way that I was walking, and forever, anytime I walked past a group of people, I thought they were making fun of me of the way I walked. So later, when guys would check me out or whatever, my friends like, those guys are checking you out. I'm like, no, they're not. They're making fun of the way I'm walking. Like, I would just freeze up because I didn't think I could walk right. And even now, still, if you look in videos, vlogs, or anything, if I get tired or drunk, I go back to walking all
never
pigeon-toed
noticed.
and knock-kneed. Yeah, and it made like, and I took ballet to try to correct it, and my teacher would always yell at me because I could never turn my legs out all like the other girls, and it was just that was a really long, decades-long process of trying to get over, and I'm just now feeling like, I feel like this year is my favorite me so far. Like I feel confident in the way that I walk, and if people make fun of it, I'm like fine with it. I'm owning it. And then as far as like the gut brain connection, I've never felt so in balance. Like I've always felt so like chaotic, and now that I at least know and have gotten educated on how everything in your body is connected and how stress affects every part of your life and not just your health, I'm so woke to health.
Oh my God, I
gut
love
and
that for
walking,
you.
and thank you.
Yay.
So is your comfortable like if you were to walk naturally comfortable, it's pigeon-toed?
Yes.
Oh, I love
I
it.
still
She
to
wants
this
to see
day
it now.
I still to this day have
cute.
to remind myself to walk straight. I hear my mom's voice in my head like feet straight, feet straight, feet straight.
Oh, she would tell you
because
that a lot?
because it doesn't just affect this, but it also affects my posture. So I have scoliosis, and it makes my back hurt all the time if I am not walking correctly. It affects one part of your body affects all parts of your body is what I've learned.
It's crazy because in Japan, a lot of girls do it on purpose because it's cute.
That's so.
It's
I
like a
wish I
huge
grew up in
thing.
Japan.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's so
I would have been a
It's a huge
queen.
A pigeon-toed
I had to
queen.
grow up here.
Well, you know, I think you can be a queen in the game Best Fiends.
Well,
Tell 'em, Tiffany.
that's not how it works.
Okay, tell us how it works.
Listen,
Educate us on.
I'm
Best
gonna
Fiends.
educate you. Okay, so Best Fiends is an app. It's a game, and I have been addicted
She
to
ain't even
it.
gonna read the paper. She just
No,
want
I'm
to tell
not.
it.
I'm just gonna tell you. I have been addicted to this game since like 3 years ago.
Yeah,
I've-
2016.
16. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
almost
4
4
years
years
ago.
ago.
Yeah. So, wait, how'd you know that?
Because that's when I started playing it.
Oh,
yeah.
snaps. Okay, so, oh my God, I am on level 252, and I am in the towering treetops world, because then you end up
Goddamn
doing
nerds.
this thing. Oh, says the gamer girl. I love that.
Losers.
Okay,
How ironic.
there's only 2 apps in like gaming apps in my phone that I'm addicted to, and Best Fiends is definitely one of them. So if you're looking for a fun way to pass the time while engaging your brain and enjoying breathtaking visuals, because I do enjoy that about this app. It's like the what's it called? Like the graphics?
Yeah.
It's really nice.
cute.
Yeah, and so
Plane rides, it's so fun because
Yeah.
long plane rides, you just don't even realize how long the plane ride is because you're just
exactly.
playing the whole time?
Yeah, so the reason why I love this game so much is because it's kind of like a puzzle, but it's like a unique kind of puzzle where you're trying to, and so they give you like these goals to achieve for each level, and you have to do the puzzle in order for you to achieve this goal to get your best
It
Fiends.
makes you feel productive.
It really does. I love it. And then every day, if you check in, you end up getting prizes. And then like they give you like keys, because then like these keys open up these like secret boxes that
New characters.
Yeah,
and
you end
stuff.
up getting new characters, and then like, you get diamonds. I really love this game. So Best Fiends updates the game monthly with new levels and events. So like these events, it's again like they're giving you these type of goals to achieve with your puzzles and stuff. And then they do it seasonally too. So even the Best Fiends, so you get these little characters that have special powers, and that's what you use to achieve this puzzle, like to complete this puzzle. And so during the holidays and stuff, they'll have like Christmas theme one, like gingerbread theme Best Fiends or whatever it is. All right, so engage your brain with fun puzzles and collect tons of cute little characters.
They are really cute.
Yes. So with over 100 million downloads, this 5-star rated mobile puzzle game is a must play. So download Best Fiends free on the Apple App Store or Google Play. That's friends, but without the R, so Best Fiends. Like I said, I'm on level 252.
Damn,
so
girl, brag about it.
I'm not.
I kind of want to try
Walk that
it.
walk. You know what? While you're walking that walk, I noticed your hair was
Yeah.
very pretty.
Thank you.
And smells great.
Thanks.
And a part of that is probably because of Function of Beauty, which has been my favorite shampoo. And I am picky, but my favorite shampoo for the past year. It's so cool. They customize everything. So you take a quiz and then you fill out like if you have curly hair or straight hair or what your hair type is. They have shampoos for every hair type. They custom formulate it for you. So you put your hair type, then you put your hair goals, like what you want your hair to be. So like more volume is what I wanted. Some people want to get rid of frizz. Some people want to thicken their hair. Some people want whatever your hair
Itchy
goals
scalp.
are. Itchy scalp. They have special formulas for each of your hair
And
goals.
they can also target multiple at once.
Yes.
Which is
Right.
what's great.
Which is where why the custom part is so key to
Yeah.
that, because like you can go to stores and get something for one of those things,
Yeah.
but to have all of it in one shampoo is amazing. Also, you get to pick the color and you get to pick the scent, and I picked black and eucalyptus because I like the black sparkly shimmer. It makes me feel
cute.
badass. And then also the scent is eucalyptus because I like to de-stress in the shower, and it's very de-stressing to smell eucalyptus. And they also put your name on the bottle.
Yeah.
My favorite part. It makes me
Right?
feel special. Like I got a whole bottle made for me.
Exactly.
I
I'm
love
a
that
princess.
there's so much in the bottle too. I've had mine since we started this podcast
Yes.
in the
Same.
summertime.
It lasts forever.
It's
Right.
still going.
Yeah,
It's
same.
a lot of product in one bottle.
Yeah, and you can get sets, so you can get shampoo, conditioner.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So to get started right now, go to functionofbeauty.com/bigmood to take your 4-part hair profile quiz and save 20% on your first order. Don't spend another minute in hair misery because you deserve better than that. Go to functionofbeauty.com/bigmood to let them know that we sent you. That's functionofbeauty.com/bigmood.
If you want to smell like me, get the peach one. The peach one is nice. I like peach.
You look like you smell like peach.
Yeah, you do.
You do.
I like you, peach. Hey.
I kind of want it. So I feel like we've gone through a lot of physical insecurities, but
Yeah.
what about?
Give us the deep shit. Come on, cry, Jess.
I mean,
Time to
okay, so for
cry.
mine, I think mine's kind of obvious because, I'm 32, I'll be 33 in the summer. I'm single now, childless. One of my insecurities is, will anyone ever really, truly love me?
Childless. You say that like it's a bad thing.
I mean,
Right.
depending on how you feel about it.
But you saw yourself
Okay.
as like a family person.
I never kind of did, but then I think maybe society makes me feel like, oh, well, if you're at this age and you still don't have a husband and you don't have children, you don't have maybe you have friends, but also your family is what really matters. So what do you really have? Or so I guess I worry that I'm not actually lovable because
Aw.
I still don't have, I've still never really found my soulmate. And I'm getting older, so I get a little bit worried sometimes, oh, will I ever really truly have
But you're actually
love?
still so young, and two, you have finally discovered like who you are and what you like and what you're not willing to deal with. And I feel like that's so important to do before you find your soulmate. I mean, we were talking on a different episode about how Tiff is discovering it now, and like you know, her and Casey are going through that together, which is awesome. But like to find it before you find your soulmate is even better. It makes the relationship so much smoother. And so it's really, I think you're in a good spot, but I get
there's
how that
a lot
can be.
though, like it comes from my mom too. So like my mom being a drug addict and like not ever really being around, I didn't have like the love of a mom, or like, you know, just that really strong love. So I just kind of feel like it's been ingrained in me since I was a child, like, oh, I'm not lovable. She wasn't there, so like who's really gonna be there, you know? So,
you know, we love you, right?
Yeah,
We're not
so much.
unlovable.
Jess, I will
Except for that
literally-
nose, I mean.
would kill
Oh my
people for you, Jess. Do you understand?
you would help
I
me
would
bury a
kill-
body?
yeah, absolutely. You have no
Yeah.
idea.
So I think like
Can you do that? Look at the camera. Can you still show them what we're looking at?
Oh, I'll kill for Jess. I'll kill for Jess. Try me.
Oh my god.
So, and then I think a part of the whole mom thing too is like when I'm meeting guys, or like when I do find someone that I'm interested in, then I have to tell them, I have to explain to them like, oh, my mom is a drug addict, like all this stuff. Like that's a huge insecurity for me to get close to people, to tell them like what I've been through, what my background is and things like that. And I know some other people's lives and stories are way worse than mine. So I definitely don't want to be like, oh, I'm the
No, it
worst
doesn't
type
discredit
of
you.
victim.
Yeah, it
But
doesn't.
at the same time, it's hard because I did date this one guy several years ago, when I was telling him that, and then telling him that I did drugs for a little while too myself, and then I just felt like all of my past to him was just like, ew, oh my god, like who are you?
That
That's
just means
disgusting.
it wasn't for you.
Yeah, it's just, but it is an insecurity that I definitely carry, is like my past. So
you feel like damaged goods?
yeah, I think that's
Oh, that
probably
was
the-
definitely
Yeah, that's
something.
literally
Yo.
what Jess thinks she is. Like,
yeah.
No, that's
I
something I can
actually-
relate to.
Same. I was gonna say same thing.
Yeah, because I felt like damaged goods because I was a single mom. And I
Yeah.
was like, and then, you know, all this past stuff, like where I came from and stuff. And I just felt like, ooh, that's why I told Casey. I literally told Casey that. So I'm like, hey, you know, it's okay. You can run. It's okay.
I've done that before too. Yeah.
You guys are making me cry because I love you guys so much. And like the thought of you feeling unlovable is just like so heartbreaking
Stop
to
crying,
me.
Nikki.
I told
You're
you
gonna
I
make me
fucking cry
cry.
for you because I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah.
You're so sweet. You guys are both like so good-hearted and pure, and like the fact that you think you're unlovable makes me
oh, here
just
comes
like
Tiff. Here she comes.
cry glasses.
It's like vomit, but tears.
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
started, then I
Oh,
started.
here comes Jess. Oh, there it is.
There it goes.
Oh,
I don't cry.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, we're good over here. We're good.
Holding corner's holding it down. We got a cry sandwich over here.
Cry sandwich.
You guys
cry
are crying.
You guys are the wet stuff, and we're the dry bread.
Yeah, we're the bread to soak it all up.
Structure. We're keeping
You
the
need the
structure.
moistness to make the sandwich good too.
Yeah.
I really want to get inside of this hard shell that Gina keeps.
Yeah, sure.
Let's hear it from you.
So
two.
I can actually relate to you because, and you guys, I've hit you guys up about this before. So there are times when I will be dating someone, right? And there's this guy who, like, dude, his family's like, father went to Duke University, right? Like, wealthy family, very, like, they're the type of family of, like, if they were to drive through a bad neighborhood, they would lock the doors. You know what I mean? You know? And then I'm the one who's like, I live in that bad neighborhood.
Gina got the window down and stopping at every light and talking about
Everyone with everyone.
I know everyone. Hey. And like he's a very successful and like beautiful and like family dude. Like every Christmas they take like a family portrait. I'm
Wow.
talking like
Old money. That type.
yeah, like old money, right? And a part of me surprisingly got a little bit insecure because my life is fucking wild, you know? And I didn't go the typical route of like an Asian kid that went to college, that graduated and has a good degree and like works a 9 to 5 and stuff like that. And I talked to him and I was like, no, I didn't talk to him. I talked to you guys. I was like, this is like, what if I'm not good enough for this family? You know, like what if they meet me and they're like, what the fuck is this? Like they probably
Why did you
want-
drag home?
Yeah, exactly.
Meh.
Exactly.
Which
Like
blew our minds because that's
Yeah.
all the shit that we think is badass about you. Right.
Right.
This chick plays video games for a living. She like knows, like she's like street smart. Like
She
I
ran her
think
own
yeah.
modeling agency for a time. Like
Yeah, I
there's all
think-
these cool things about you.
your
And for-
wild life is what attracts me to you.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Aw,
that's
thanks.
so fucking cool.
yeah, and that's what he liked me for too, you know? He's like, because before it was like he dated like cookie cutters, and he was like, I was bored out of my mind, and then now he's like, you're amazing and stuff like that. But we had conversations where he's like, I'm actually kind of scared to see what my parents would think of you. Yeah, so it's like that
so
kind
he's
of
feeding into your insecurity
yeah.
too.
So that remark kind of like
Stuck with you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
feel
why
like he shouldn't have said that out loud.
yeah, but I mean, like we're
Well,
very
you're sharing
honest.
with you. I get it.
Yeah.
Because my parents, like my dad told me straight up, you can bring a dude home with like tattoos all over his damn face, as long as he's good to you. I'm happy. As long as he can take care of you, I'm happy. My parents are the easiest people to meet because they will love you so long as you're taking care of me.
Aw.
You know?
Yeah,
you know,
my
that's
dad's the
actually
same.
something I didn't realize that's how Casey's parents are as well. Because
Oh.
I relate to your fear as well. Because before meeting Casey's parents, I felt the same too. Because I'm like, dude, you grew up in a house, like an actual house.
Not in a trailer.
Dude, I grew up in a mobile home. Yeah, in apartments. And I'm like, you grew up in a house and you're actually what?
In a gated community and
Yeah.
stuff.
So I was just, and then not just that, but like, you know, his parents, they were pretty well off. Like, so I was really, really intimidated to meet them, especially single mother and an Asian family. So I was just like,
Not
"Oy."
Asian.
Yeah, I'm not Asian.
Blue hair.
Right. Well, I didn't have blue hair then, but yeah. So then, like, and then meeting them, it was kind of like, I guess how your parents are. They were just so loving and accepting, as long as as long as their son was happy. So I'm like, oh, that's so beautiful. Thank you. I love you.
So like, it was so it was kind of strange for me to like, because now I went from dating like fucking whatever to like a professional, like yo,
Yeah,
like,
I wouldn't expect Miss Gina Darling to be dating this type of
yeah.
person.
So it was like a really strange shift for me. And then so like I had to hit up the girls. I was like, and I told them straight, I'm like, yo, you guys, I need you to help me out. I'm feeling a little bit insecure. And I told them what was going on, and they just like rained like love bombs on me, and it was amazing. And they're like, and then I was like, okay, yeah, you know what? I am that bitch. You know, I am that bitch. Like I didn't go the typical route, but I'm successful
Yeah,
now.
you're
Yeah.
self-made.
Yeah, I take care of
Exactly.
myself.
You're
I
sitting at the same table, girl.
Exactly, right? Like I'm comfortable now, you know? And then I realized that I came as a child, I grew up in a well-off family. We had the big house, multiple cars and everything. And then when I left that family, we were more like a middle-class family. And then I realized like my dad came from nothing, like fucking rock bottom, and now he has a huge house, multiple cars. He's amazing, and I respect that more than old money.
Right, right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I talked to my dude at that time too, and he was just like, you know what, I agree with you, because like my dad worked so hard, and me, I came from not privilege, you know. I built everything myself. I'm here. I've never had to do anything that I was ashamed of to get here, you know. And like that was like a brief moment of insecurity, and at the same time, and like on a lighter note. Have you guys ever dated someone like it's in the beginning and you're just like, oh my God, we talk every day and we're just always talking. And then there's one day when he gets too busy.
Every man does that.
So instead of like 500 texts, I'm getting 491.
Yeah.
You know?
They pull back. They pull back. They do
There's
it.
those eyes again.
Oh my God, show
And then I'm just like, yo, what's going on? Huh?
Where did you go?
Where did you go?
Text, huh?
You don't
Is
like
there
me
another
anymore?
woman? Was that where the other 300 texts was
Getting them extra texts.
Where's the other 9 texts? Where's my text messages?
they going?
Yeah, right?
I'm scared.
So and that's like because and I had to talk to the girls about it too, and they're like, Gina, it's called someone getting comfortable and like settling in and like finding their
I was also like, Gina, do you know what his job is?
Yeah.
Do you know the fact that he was actually texting you during work to begin with ever was insane because
Yeah.
he has very, very difficult
You got
job.
spoiled.
I did.
You did.
And like Gina doesn't like change.
Yeah.
Right? Gina doesn't do change.
Yeah.
I need attention.
It's because they gave you this and you thought that's what you were getting. You're like, oh, I
Yeah.
understand what I'm receiving now. And then you're like, They took it away.
Yeah. All right. I don't like change. I'm baby. Okay.
I'm
baby.
I still want a beware of Gina sign. Like
Beware
for
of
the set, beware of Gina. That's
crazy eyes.
That's my favorite.
Your portrait on the
So, and then so
or
I
just
hit-
the eyes.
just the eyes. So
No, you need the nostrils.
Oh yeah.
Flare up.
I hit up the girls. I was like, he doesn't want me anymore.
Oh my God.
There's someone else. I know it. And he's, like, he doesn't care anymore. He doesn't like me anymore. And the girl's like, Gina, what the fuck? Who is this? Hold on. Hold on. This is not the same bitch we know.
yeah.
Where did Gina
What's going
go?
What happened to building the table? Come on.
Yeah, right? And then so, because it's like, what the thing for me is like when things shift, I get kind of like, all right, what's going
If
on?
you didn't choose it, right?
If I didn't choose it, yeah.
Mhm. I'm
And
the same way.
And I'm just like, oh, hold on, like this kind of freaks me out a little bit, you know? And I think it was Justice said, he's getting comfortable, he's settling in. And I'm like, okay, maybe you're right. And then so like, I'm gonna be a stone wall, not let it bother me. And the moment I saw him, can we talk? And then he was just like, wait, you really thought that? I'm like, yeah. He goes, that's really cute. That's really cute. And then like he just started dumping affection on me again. He goes,
That's
he's like,
cute.
whatever happened to you being a stonewall and a thug, huh? I'm like, you shut your goddamn mouth right
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
So yeah, so that insecurity, like I think it's natural, you know.
But also, it was an expectation that you had because that
Yeah.
was what had been said, and then it changed
Yeah.
without you knowing that it
I
was
mean, all
changing.
guys do that, but I think the main
Men ain't
thing,
shit.
the main thing is that you actually like this guy, right?
Yeah.
So like you've been through several relationships where you were like, take him or leave him a little
Yeah,
bit, you know what I mean?
exactly.
But this one you're like, oh wait, I actually do. I don't want to lose him.
Yeah.
So
I
I
wanna-
think that's pretty common insecurity.
That's what it is. Yeah, you know, it's because I like even in chat. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking trap his ass. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. So that was a very like foreign feeling for me, and then that's when I realized like, oh, I think I really like this guy. You know, because it's someone that now that I've dated people and I know what I want, I'm like, all right. Holy crap, this is what I want. And I have no idea what to do with it.
You maintain it.
Yeah.
Like this
You
is-
just have
this
to
is
enjoy
wild.
it.
Yeah, right? And then so
Because it's all going to go away one day. It's not going to last forever.
Jess.
Yes.
Jiminy Christmas.
I mean, we're all going to die.
true. This is true.
So
So
we're gonna die.
And I think it was Nikki that made a metaphor. Like it's kind of, it's like it's nice for him to see like this, like almost like a crack in my armor.
I think he needs
Yeah,
to
exactly.
in order to like want to stay.
Yeah,
It makes
Yeah.
him feel special. That, like
Exactly.
everyone else just gets the armor, and he gets to see a little bit inside.
Yeah, he's
to
the
to
exception.
the mushy.
So
Yeah.
like he wants to stay.
And it means more because it's like she's not normally like this. You're not just a mushy person that gets walked on, you know? So
Yeah.
like for you to feel that way or feel a little bit of like, oh no, am I good enough? Is like it's a much bigger deal because you
Yeah.
have such a strong armor and you are so thick skinned and you are such a like empowered, like I bring the fucking table, bitch. And I'm like, I want to be Gina, she's my idol.
I'm gonna drag the table to his family. Like, watch this bitch. I made
built
this
this
shit.
Just like in Men in Black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just, I made this shit out of wood. I chiseled it myself. Slammed that shit down.
I had to learn to chisel and then I had to make this and I went to the woods to get the wood for it and chop that tree down.
And at the end of the day, I realized like if I were to ever like if we were to go all the way and like get married, I'm marrying him. If his family doesn't accept me, like if he loves me enough, then he would kind of like fight for me too. You know what I mean? And like if he doesn't, then it's not meant to be. There you go.
Yeah, that's such a good
Facts.
mindset to have. And
That's
Bose,
awesome.
I heard that you had some deeper things you wanted to discuss.
I mean, no, we can just skip over me. So. If
Why?
Oh, I don't have anything.
Oh, you don't? You just wanted to hear our juicy
So
things?
it's just the
No, I'm just kidding.
All right, that's the end of our podcast. Thanks for watching.
It's actually like I have to be honest. Like I was really thinking really hard because
well, I mean that the one that you discussed already, that is a lot, and
It's
it is
pretty
a lot
deep, yeah.
mentally
It's-
and physically.
Yeah,
and
that
like,
one-
it covers a lot.
yeah. That's definitely like my absolute number one. But yeah, I cannot express enough. I've had a million insecurities in my life, and I have worked very hard to abolish them because a lot of them are just restraints that we put on them ourselves. And for most of my life, I was putting a lot of restraints on myself, and I've since lifted almost all of those because I work every day to do that. But there is one that lingers, and it sounds really dumb, but it happens all the time. Is I'm very messy.
Bro, same.
I'm really messy and I'm very insecure about that. And it's gotten to the point that, and I think that once this podcast comes out, I will have quit my job.
Nice.
Which is something that, you know, I've just recently got this really big job, and I want to like hold off on saying it because like for kind of like security reasons, I haven't like said where I work or what I do. But my job is incredibly stressful. It is by far the most stressful job I ever have had or probably will ever have. Essentially, I am up at 6 o'clock in the morning dealing with some of the biggest talent agencies in the world in New York City that are literally yelling at me about, you know, something happened, something going wrong. I'm literally working from 6 a.m. until 6:30 p.m. And on top of that, I do everything with you guys. I started my own company last year. I got poached by CAA to do some work with them. And every single day, once I get off of work at 6:30, I have a meeting coming up that usually lasts until 9. So I am busy, stressed, and tired every fucking day. And I come home, I drop my shit on the floor, and I get in bed. And you never find time to clean it all up. You never do. When you're that stressed and like not necessarily depressed, but you're trying to get through it. And it is not healthy to work the way that I've been working, but I've been doing this for the past year to get to the point that I am now where I can quit. And I think that's okay. Whether you've got to do that for a year or 2 years, like my stepdad worked 2 jobs for the longest time so that he could have enough money to have a nice house so that custody would let his kids stay on the weekend. Sometimes you have to do it to get to where you are. And so I chose this. But in that, I don't always, when I have free time, I don't want to spend it cleaning. And so it piles up and it piles up. And it's gotten to the point where the other day I told my boyfriend, I was like, and honestly, it's really like not that fucking bad. It's
really not, because I've been to her place
and I made you close your eyes.
No. So, okay. So initially you said that and you were just like, nah, it's fine. Oh, okay. So back, like context here is that it was really late at night. I had to pee so bad before I went home. So I'm like, please, I need to use the restroom. And she was like, fuck, no, not right now. I haven't cleaned. And then I was just like, no, it's okay. Like, I promise, I don't care. I don't judge. It's all right. Like, if you want, I'll close my eyes. And you're just like, you're gonna have to close your eyes. And I'm like, yeah, no worries. I'll close my eyes. But then when she actually opened the door, she's like, Tiff, I'm kidding. You could open your eyes. And I'm like, no, I'm keeping my word.
Yeah, you
so
did.
like, I literally went, oh yeah, we had been drinking. And then, so I went to the bathroom and I was just like, trying to like literally just stare at the floor. I was like, I'm not gonna look at anything or anywhere.
The
Like,
floor's got skid marks on it.
Cockroach runs by. Cockroach in between her toes.
And then I come out and I'm like, Bose, I need help. I don't know how to get out. And then so like finally she's like, just open your eyes. And I'm like, okay, fine. And I'm like, this is what you were worried about?
One napkin
There's
on the floor.
It's that mean for scope for viewers, I could clean everything up in 1 hour, like straight up.
It's not even bad.
And yeah,
No,
and so but for me,
Yeah.
and this is exactly what the insecurity is. My boyfriend brought it up to me because I have been getting, with the job getting harder and harder and more things approaching, I have just been cleaning less and less. And when he came in and he was like, what this is what you're upset about? And like I felt like deep shame, and he started talking to me about it, and he was like, why? And he was like, is it because you're so put together on the outside that you feel bad that, you know, you have an Amazon box over there, or you need to take the trash out? And I'm like, I guess so. Because like really all it is like a coat that's on the couch, 2 pairs of shoes in the living room, mail on the table, and it's all stuff that I could just collect. And I think that's why I feel so much shame with myself, because it's like, just fucking get up, Bose, and clean it up. But with my day-to-day schedule, yeah, I don't. But with this new development, your boy's got all day to clean, to chill, to do the damn thing. So
Nice.
yeah, that's why I'm like, I feel like it's corny. But that is mine. That is my biggest like internal insecurity.
I couldn't walk through my room at one point.
Same. I've never
like
I never thought there was any hope for me to be a clean person, because I was a fucking slob, and my parents always called me that. I had to make a pathway to my bed because it was just that messy all the time. My car was a fucking trash can. It was
I got
filled
my
with
room
garbage
taken
and
away.
coffee cups.
I got my room taken away when I was 9 years old because I wouldn't clean my room, because my mom never taught me how to clean.
That's exactly it.
Ever.
Yeah,
I would
my
get
parents
yelled
didn't
at for
either.
not having a clean room, but I was never taught how to clean.
Dude, my
so I
ninth
just felt
birthday was
broken.
the most
shit.
depressing birthday of my life, because I was sleeping on the couch.
Oh my
and usually,
God.
like, I was just accustomed. I mean, this is how I grew up. I don't know. This sounds entitled or whatever, but I usually would get a cake and like actually celebrate my birthday.
Aw.
And then my 9th birthday, all I got was a cupcake with a little candle.
It said clean your room.
Clean your
And
room.
then
You took a cup and you threw that shit in the room. Fuck this.
no, and then my mom gave me like a birthday card or something, and I remember I was just crying my eyes out that night because I couldn't even sleep in my own bed. I was so fucking sad.
Oh man.
You know what the weird thing
Christ.
is? You guys were never taught to clean. The reason why I'm messy is because I grew up militant. Like,
So it's rebellion
Wow.
for
it was
you.
rebellion for me. So I'm talking like I had at the age of like 4 or 5, I'm mopping, sweeping, separating everyone's mails and delivering it to their bedrooms. I was dusting every day. And they
Whoa.
were so the family that I grew up with before was fucking insane, right?
Yeah.
That's why I left. That's part of the reason why I left. And it was crazy at the point where they gave me a notepad where I had to write down what I did at every certain hour.
Wow.
4:01
That's intense.
dusted. 4:30.
Like you're an employee of the family.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And
Yeah,
then,
that's
and
trauma.
then if I didn't, I would get my ass fucking beat.
Whoa.
Dude, I'm talking like, and I'm not talking like just
Spanking?
like a belt. They used to pin my arms down and just beat the fuck out of
Oh
me.
my god,
Whoa.
Gina!
So,
holy
yeah.
shit!
So
Nah, Nikki, that's what they do.
Yeah.
They beat you.
yeah.
Oh my
Jeez.
god!
So when I was like, fuck this, I'm out, and I moved out. I was like, freedom. This is, oh my God, I can do whatever I want. You know, like it was just like, it was so nice. So it's like, people are like, Gina, you're so lazy. No, I know how to do everything. Like I did everyone's
You're just
laundries.
traumatized by it, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I can relate a little bit. It wasn't that extreme, but then after I got my room taken away, my stepdad is like that, where he's so fucking OCD with everything. He had to like control everything, and everything had to be perfect. And after that, like that's when they kind of made me their Cinderella, and I would have to be cleaning on the weekends. He would make me clean the bathroom 3 times, and it wasn't just like regular like cleaning
Yeah.
the bathroom shit. I had to get a bucket and wash the walls and clean
Jesus.
behind the toilet, like literally everything. I'm surprised I didn't pass out because of all the chemicals I was using, because I didn't know what the fuck to do.
Sorry, dude, that's
Probably-
fucking
You
funny.
probably did lose
Hell
a few
yeah.
brain cells.
I totally relate to all of that. I mean, the pigeon-toed one when I was younger and feeling
Cute.
like I didn't have friends because of that, because basically the popular girl at my school like told everybody that they couldn't be, if they were friends with me, they weren't invited to any of her parties, and she threw like all the good parties, and she would basically invite the whole class except for me. It was like
Wow.
I was very like isolated and alienated, and didn't realize how much it affected me until later in life. But so that was a deep one of like the pigeon-toedness, but also just in family life, like feeling like very achievement oriented, like where I realized I only felt loved if I achieved things. Therefore I felt this, I feel a lot of anxiety as an adult, because I feel like if I'm not doing a good enough job now, and I never feel like I'm doing a good enough job, I'm actually a recovering perfectionist, because I
You're a
realized,
human being, not a human doing.
yes,
Yeah, I've learned a lot from you, Nikki. Like you, honestly, I've learned
True.
so much from you.
Oh,
Me too.
thank you. You can thank my therapist. I paid a lot of money for her, and she.
No, but you read a lot of books.
I do read a lot of books.
So it's you too.
I think that was like the ultimate achievement, was getting past this like whatever was causing me to constantly be so depressed and like hard on myself. And yeah, I mean we were, I mean, I don't know, there's a lot of like little issues in here and there, but I think I felt like I always had to prove myself, and there was always like a chip on my shoulder to like get attention and love from your parents. I think that's where it always stems from. And then there was a huge disparity where like my brother would just get it for being him. For example, the cleaning triggers me because I was such a good kid, didn't do drugs, got straight A's, like everything I could possibly do to like be a good child for my parents. And I remember the first time I started making some friends was in sophomore year of high school. Freshman year, I only had internet friends. Sophomore year, this one girl reached out to me, and she was like, hey, let's hang out, let's do this. And it was the first 2 weeks of school, and I just finally was like, I have a friend. And my dad decided that was when he was gonna ground me for the first time in my life, in my entire life, because I didn't clean my room, which I had never done and was not taught how to do, and I would
Yeah.
get yelled at, but I just didn't know how to do it. He's like, okay, you have to have your room cleaned by the end of the day. I was like, okay. And so at like 2:00, I was moderating the M&M board. I was like, we had a meeting, we had a moderators meeting.
How
Okay,
cute.
I'm showing up because to me, I feel like it's a job. I was very committed. Like if I say I'm going to be somewhere, I'm going to be somewhere. I'm
signed
very
into your
dependable.
AOL.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like at this moderators meeting. My dad decides to come home from work early. He didn't tell me he was coming home from work early. He said by the time I get home from work, which is usually 5 p.m., you better have your room cleaned. Okay, so he gets home at 2 when I'm having the meeting, and he grounds me. He takes away the internet. He takes away the phone. He can't. I can't leave
Did
the
you
house.
complete your meeting? Like, did you finish your meeting?
No, he
Damn.
unplugged it, and I tried to write an email to him like saying why I thought this was unfair and like kind of making a presentation of like why like you said by at the time you come home, but you didn't say you were coming home early, so I thought my deadline was 5 p.m. but you came home at 2. I felt very tricked, and it was deep because it was like the first time that I felt like I had a friend, and then I felt like he took that away
Damn.
from me and didn't care that he took that away from me. And then my brother 5 years later. And this, by the way, I was grounded for 2 weeks straight with no internet, no phone, nothing. I felt like I lost my
That's an
entire social
eternity
life. Yeah.
for a
And my brother, who was always very popular, he was an athlete. He was on the baseball team and the football team, and he always got praised by my parents because he was such a good athlete. He gets the same punishment, grounded for 2 weeks, no phone, no internet, no nothing, no leaving the house. For, you want to guess? Not cleaning his room. For drinking alcohol on campus.
Oh my God.
He gets the same exact punishment.
They're always nicer to boys, dude.
And he
I'm
comes
telling
home
you,
with
dude.
C's and D's, and they're like, "Oh my God,
Gina,
it's not
because they're
enough."
going to carry on the bloodline.
This is true.
Right.
That's right.
So that was always a thing where like I always felt like I had to prove myself, but then love came so easily from my brother, and it's been like a very internal struggle, and I realized that because I wasn't a planned pregnancy, that there was always jokes like, oh, you were an oops. And so I would make jokes about it like, oh yeah, I was an oops and my parents didn't plan me. And my therapist would be like, you can't say that anymore. Like you think of yourself as being a mistake that you have to prove that you deserve to be on this earth. And I'm like, oh my God, I do. Like I really felt like my whole life I was like, no, I'm supposed to be here. And that was like a huge thing to get through. And my parents did not mean to do that. My parents are amazing. They're fucking loving ass, awesome parents. There's nothing I have against them at all. They were doing the best they could, and they were like very young 20s when they had me. But those little things that happen in your childhood that you don't realize fester and form all these bigger insecurities later in your adulthood. You just think, oh, I'm just fucked up right here, you know? There's some digging you can do to unroot those things and like work on them that I didn't realize could be worked on.
Yeah, that's so true.
It's kind of like with Tiff's, where she was like, as an adult, she's like, I have big ears. And then she had to go back to fucking, Trevor. And you're like, wait a minute.
Travis, little bitch.
Yeah.
No, that's true. But
What about
yeah,
you, Tiff? What, let's dig deep in there.
I know. I'm like, save the best for last. Not just
Oh, but honestly, one thing for you though that I realized that I had to teach my dad this too. You teach your kids to be successful and achieve all these things, but you have to teach them how to fail too.
Right.
So that when they fail something, they don't freak
And
the
then it's
fuck
okay,
out.
and you can fix it.
Exactly.
Like you can overcome the failure, not like don't ever fail.
Exactly.
Because then you're scared to try.
Yeah, well, speaking of parent, like for me, my one of my biggest insecurities is repeating the same story with like how I grew up and how I was parented. That's my biggest fear.
You don't want to be like,
I don't want to be like my stepdad and be OCD and be controlling and be a perfectionist, which I definitely have those traits in me. And sometimes I'll come out with Casey and with Isaac, and after it happens, like when it's happening, I'm not realizing that I'm doing it until after, and then I end up feeling so horrible about myself because I'm like, fuck, I'm doing the same shit that was done to me that like was really traumatic to me. I'm like, fuck, why am I passing it on? So now I think I've gotten better about it because I've been trying really hard to be mindful and not do that. But sometimes I'll slip up and like this happens a lot. Like if I'm teaching Isaac something, like for example, just the most recent thing, I was teaching him how to fold a fitted sheet. How hard
that shit's hard.
Yeah.
30 years old and I still don't know how to fucking do that
I
shit.
can teach you, girl. But
I just roll it and I just shove it in. Yeah.
No, so I was teaching him how to properly do it, and this was the first time that I felt that I was teaching him with patience, and I was actually calm and like trying really hard to like not be too perfectionist and try really, really hard to let him make mistakes and let him figure it out, because I tend to just take over and just like, see, this is how you do it, and like not let him learn.
Yeah.
So, and this time, like I still did it a little bit, but I was really proud of myself that I didn't do it the way I usually do it.
That's awesome.
So I'm like, fuck, like I'm working really hard on not repeating the same story. Like that's one example. And like another example is mainly with Casey. So like I've talked about on this podcast before, like our marriage, our entire relationship has been really rocky. I mean, we love each other very much. It's just that we haven't been able to understand each other until recently. And so for me, an insecurity of mine, especially like, we didn't intentionally do this, but we kind of created like this image on our channel of like, oh, we have the perfect relationship. And we didn't intentionally do that. It's just that I guess we are insecure about it too. So we weren't trying to show the ugly that much.
It's only natural to put your best foot forward when it comes to a public setting.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm really insecure about that. Like the fact that we have created this image, but in reality it hasn't been like that. And not until just recently, within this past year, like we're learning how to actually be the image we've created, and which means to be happy and like to work through our problems and like to have a healthier relationship, because honestly it was not a very healthy relationship that we've had. And I guess I'm insecure when people point that out. Like sometimes especially in recent years, so early on in our personal channel, because we started this in 2015. So back then I was just so vibrant, so bubbly, so excited. And it's just like, this is such a new thing. And like, I'm so excited to document my life right now. And like all these changes happening in my life. I was just so like more like the energy levels were higher for our channel. But then in recent years, like, you know, I've been doing this for so long, and like I just wanted to be more of like, this is how I really am, and like talk to the camera in a way that I would talk normally to anyone. And so it's a lot lower energy. So then people will point that out and say, look at how miserable she is in her marriage, look at how like poor Casey, he should run, and all these things. And like, and that's really hurtful, because I'm like, fuck, you don't know all the work that we put into our marriage. So that's a big insecurity of mine, I guess, is like, yeah, you guys don't see the whole thing. But now we really are good, and we're really working on it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that.
Nice.
Yeah. The progress that you're making.
And that's what I love this group for too, is that I never had a group of people where I could just say my insecurities to them, you know, like in the chat, like how you did, and then know that they're gonna give me some support, or like I say the thing I need to hear, or like be reminded of, and like I feel so much support in this group, and I just love you guys for that.
I love you girls too.
Yeah.
I love you guys. That's why I guess it reminded me. That's why like I really feel like Casey and I were able to get to our relationship where we are now because of a lot of reasons, but like a good big reason is because like I've been able to have you guys as like my rock and like really help me get through the stuff that we've been through. And so yeah, that's like I really appreciate you guys for all that.
Aw, I
Thanks.
love you.
And I mean, that's what we hope to like include you guys in too. I mean, like we're all humans, okay? We're all humans trying to do the best job we possibly can, and you know, humans are flawed and fuck perfect, okay? So
It's a great necklace. You can buy it from
Yeah.
Nikki's from Nikki's store. There's a necklace that says "fuck
actually,
perfect."
if you didn't get it, you missed out.
Cats
because-
and cough.
no
Oh,
longer.
it's sold out.
It's sold out.
Oh damn! See, you fucked up.
Yeah. But keep your eye out because there might be no.
Oh my god! I mean, we really put it out raw here. Like you guys are part of this circle because, like Tiff said, you know, a lot of YouTubers, they're gonna show you the perfect life, and we kind of suck sometimes. And like, if we can help anyone not make some of the same mistakes we did or feel the same way about yourselves about certain things just by sharing our experiences, what we're going through, that it's normal, and don't shoot the second arrow and beat yourself up more when something happens, and how to overcome it. If we've overcome it, we've done it. Like y'all part of this too.
Yeah.
Yay!
I mean,
So
like,
make sure you subscribe and rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Yeah.
Okay, it's very important.
And it's like what you, like I want to actually like really stress the fact that what you see online, everything, and their lives are so perfect. You should not compare yourself to that.
Yeah.
Because we are flawed. Like I may seem perfect and amazing and happy.
Oh, you're
See you guys next time.
I knew it was coming.
But yeah,
love
like,
you
don't
guys.
compare yourself. You have flaws, we have flaws, but the important thing is we're working on it.
We're all people with
Yeah.
flaws trying to work on it, okay? So don't,
Yeah.
and be less harsh on your neighbor too. Like, be gentle towards other people. They're
Yeah.
working on their
Right.
own shit
Yeah.
too. So we
Exactly.
love you guys. Thanks for watching.
We'll
Tune in next time, and we'll see you soon.
Eat a dick, Travis.
Bye.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, fuck Travis.